Hello everybody. Today we're going to be doing some more looking glass insects, and I think we've got some really interesting stuff lined up for us today, because not only are we going to see everything that's going on with Takuji and Zakuro's relationship and potentially how it will change, but we're also just going to see everything in general that is going to happen that's going to be different from, I don't know, for example, It's My Own Invention, and well, to be fair, that is the only chapter we've seen Takuji and Zakuro's relationship in. I mean, obviously, we can imply it existed in chapter 2, but obviously we haven't really seen it happen. I'd assume it's reasonably the same. There were a few odd differences that were occurring in chapter 2 to chapter 3, but I think something like that, it would be... I think it's just too important to change, genuinely. Can I just mention that, firstly, there's a new track that's actually playing. The second I stopped playing the visual novel yesterday, a new track came on, and I somehow didn't want to listen to it. To be fair, I was really tired. But, yeah. It just feels so wrong that there's a new track, and the only time I'm first listening to it is not when I'm reading the story. But, yeah, let's just reread the dialogue firstly, because I didn't fully look at it. Oh my god, yeah, this was evil. So... yeah, no, obviously these arseholes were smoking, and funny that Numada is called Ida now. I don't really understand why. I mean, same bully, but different name. It doesn't really make sense, and it also doesn't make sense about Zakuro and her random change from, not only her random physical change, but her random personality change as well. I really do wonder if the physical change is some sort of metaphorical change, like maybe, I don't know, her personality has changed so much that she physically has changed herself, or something insane like that. I don't know. God, such toxic conversations as well. God, yeah, no, that's awful. That's actually really interesting. I like that analogy. I mean, yeah, no. So it's hard to tell whether she's going really slow, because let's be honest, I mean, these people can't see anything at the moment. They really can't, and they have no idea where the ground is. Obviously, Takuji probably just knows it by instinct, but Zakuro, she doesn't whatsoever. That must be terrifying, especially if she's physically weak, which she is, and that's just another really bad, reason for her to get bullied, honestly, and why people would pick on her. I don't know, if I'm going to be honest, I find it very hard to tell. I like the analogy though. I do wonder if that's a reference to one of the Lewis Carroll books that Subarashiki Hibi actually references quite a lot. Yeah, no, I see that. I mean, even though, obviously, you've got to be scared, is this hole ever going to end? Are you going to reach the end point eventually? I don't know, I suppose. Are you going to be able to reach the... oh, the end point? That's actually interesting that she says something like that out loud. God, she really... I mean... you would have thought that if there's somebody you barely know... no, I think it kind of shows that Zakuro has the potential to trust Takuji. If she's saying things that she's thinking in her head out loud, and she's thinking it's not necessarily a relaxed enough environment to do it in, but if she doesn't really see any consequences in that, maybe that could tell you something. Yeah, but it's really, really hard to tell what will happen next. Let's hope it's not like the delusions in chapter 3, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, isn't that funny? I mean, Takuji is just totally... Zakuro doesn't really understand the danger of these people, and obviously how good it would be if somebody like her could get out of the sight of these horrible people. Somebody so deprived that he's hearing things, and obviously hearing people having sex, because what else could you possibly hear? Ah yes, no actual conversation between a boy and a girl, just sex. I mean, how fucked up is that? That is actually reasonable, because if nothing bad has happened with Takuji and Zakuro, it could be a potential that I don't know, this ruins their bond. Well, not really bond. It ruins their. I don't really want to say bond, because I feel like it's too little for a bond to have occurred. What their relationship is at the moment, I don't know. Well, let's just say bond for simplicity's sake. Yeah, but he could potentially risk it, and obviously he doesn't really know much about Zakuro, so he doesn't know whether it could be the case that Zakuro could tell everybody. Yeah, no. It is really interesting. I mean, he's frightened because of, obviously, trauma from bullies, but also he's really scary because of how he then takes out that trauma, and I suppose he's relaxed when... He's never happy, though. Never. But I suppose he's relaxed when all of that stuff has just vanished and he can get away from everything. Too embarrassing as well. Yeah, no, it is interesting, because I remember when Takuji was having his fit of proper paranoia after Zakuro had died, and obviously he was having a crisis. Yeah, I just remember all of those, not only all of those hallucinations, but the feeling that everybody is staring at him, and all of the eyes on trees, and all of the black spirits as well. And my favourite part of the visual novel, I think, so far. The physics teacher telling him that he should kill himself. I mean, my god. Yeah, it can't get more messed up than that. But, yeah, the funny thing is that, then he was talking to himself a lot, and he never ever realised it. So maybe he's doing it without even realising. He's just doing it instinctively. Whoa, this is... Don't touch anything. Interesting that she's not actually commented about the smell yet. Is this your hideout? How? Hideout? The hell is that? Sounds stupid. Maybe it seems like I'm a terrorist or something. I don't understand that whatsoever. He's really seeking meaning in something that doesn't really need to have any meaning searched, really. I'm sorry. Oh, so hideouts aren't cool. I'm not sure, but I always thought hideouts were cool. No, they are! What do you mean? Don't you think that that word is nasty? That's the kind of word all the sheeple eat up. I've never heard that. Is that slang? Or what does sheeple mean? Just common? Oh my god, that's hilarious. So people compared to being sheep, easily docile, foolish, easily led. Yeah, I can think of a few. But I know. Fucking hell. Sheeple? Yeah, no. I find that really interesting. I find it really interesting because in Takuji's speech, and it's my own invention, the first one where we realise that he is the saviour and he is completely deranged as well, it was just really interesting. now that we know he hates the mass media, I mean, he probably completely had a false speech planned out, and maybe it was the case that with a lot of things... No. With a lot of things he did believe... Well, he didn't genuinely believe them, but he felt as if he did believe them at the time. But then it's just interesting how his beliefs were really, really influenced by his feelings, and... I mean, you could just then think that the mass media is something that he has used in order to... Oh, no, he's used this speech, and then he's just had a subtle little criticism to the mass media and trying to get people away from it, get their attention away from it. I hate the mass media. Anyone who watches TV or reads the newspaper is dumb as a rock. Sheeple. Oh my god, yeah, like sheep people. Is that a word? Really? She's not even offering any resistance. And old people. I've heard the same thing about people who watch TV, but don't smart people read the newspaper? I've got no idea, to be honest. That's right. The sheeple who watch that crap are stupid, vulgar peasants. I find it really quite funny to think about the fact that he is just only saying his viewpoints here, and he's not thinking at all about what Zakuro could feel. And he's got proper rage, and it's just interesting how he takes all of it out, really. And yeah, no, I've had this thought pattern as well. Yeah, I can see that. Not this actually. Yeah, that yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you really think you're going out? I heard the muffled sound of the bell. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it sounded like it was incredibly far away since we were underground. Yeah, God, isn't it interesting that here we're seeing less of Takuji's lust-related side and more of just his plain rude side, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, but it does make sense why he would be rude. But it's just still really sad because, let's be honest, these people could make great friends. Come on, get out. Class is over. God. Mamiya-kun put his hand on the ladder in the back of the reservoir tank. The bell rang, so get out and don't... Don't say anything about this place. Really, this isn't fair. To be fair, I can kind of see what he means. I mean, it is a little bit annoying that he has a place that he's trying to hide and he's just forcefully been made to show it to Zakuro. Huh? Yeah, and it's interesting to see a lack of... Isn't it ironic? A lack of lust in Takuji makes it so that there is no bond that he begins having with Zakuro. That's the only reason their bond develops. And I think this is just actually really quite important for showing just the extent of how much lust influences this guy. Why did I have to tell you my secret? This is so unfair. Oh. Oh God. You mean I should tell you a secret I've never told anyone else? What do you mean? Oh God. Right, never mind about what I said. This might change things. Well, you said it wasn't fair that I knew your secret and you don't know any of mine. Well, I guess. Oh, no, I think she's actually talking about what she is talking about. If you wait a little bit, I'll bring it here. Oh, shit. Oh, no. What do you... Whoa, God. I'm not sure, but maybe it's as important to me as this place is. Oh, fuck. I ran off. Behind me, Mamiya-kun yelled. Yeah, no, totally reasonable. Jesus, he needs to be careful about Shiroyama and obviously Numata as well. When you come down, make sure no one sees you. But then again, they've probably gone. Oh god. Oh, Takashima, thanks for the notebook. Wait, is she actually going to give it back? I'm genuinely impressed. Wow. I took the notebook from Kitami-san and stuck it in the back of my desk. Oh, stuck it back in my desk. I misread that. Oh my god, that's interesting. Oh god. Dude, your bully is right there. Be careful. Then I took out another notebook. Jesus, she stores this in her notebook. Sorry, not her notebook. In her desk, and she stores it in a place that if any bully wanted to inspect the contents of, you could easily access it. But what I find really interesting is the fact that Takuji never stole this notebook in episode 3, and yet at the same time when he came to look in the desk and obviously, as we know, do certain action to a desk. That's all I will say. There was no book. And that's really, really unusual. Or maybe it didn't exist in It's My Own Invention. This is really embarrassing. Let me guess, it's her porn collection. Oh my god. What is it? But it has to be, otherwise it's not a secret. Oh no. Oh my god, the pictures I drew while I was watching Mamiya-kun earlier. It's not like I was drawing pictures of him, but still. It would be really embarrassing to show him this. Oh my god. I wouldn't even want my parents to see this. Well, it's not very good that it's literally on your fucking desk at school. I mean, if any bully saw that, you'd be dead. Like she said, yeah, she would be in a position that would be suitable for somebody who is going to the grave. I'd like to take it to my grave, or maybe burn it. Either way, I wouldn't ever tell anyone about it. It is kind of sweet how they feel like this is a way of sharing their trust, but I think it's quite cool in episode 3 because, well, it can really, really go out of place. It can really, no, out of place, out of hand, very, very quickly. If I'm going to be honest, I feel like all of those stories are lies. I think Zakuro was just doing it so that she could resonate with Takuji a little bit. I don't actually think she does things that are as ridiculous as that. She just doesn't seem like the type of person. She really doesn't. And that public incident as well, I don't believe that. Or maybe she did that in chapter 3, but she doesn't do it in chapter 4, and maybe she's a different person. I don't know though. But that place is Mamiya-kun's secret, so... I stuck the notebook in my shirt and started running back. That's right, it has to be something embarrassing like this. Oh god, what's it gonna be? God, she's really quite tired out. It was this manhole, wasn't it? Heavy. God, she's finding it really difficult. Oh shit, I couldn't lift it at all. Was that Takuji? Huh? Dude, you've just shown your face. If that was somebody else, you'd be screwed. That's a really bad move. Hide? I mean, you've got the entirety of your base to yourself. Just hide. What are you doing? I thought it was someone else. Oh, I'm sorry. Earlier you said... Huh? What?
私の弱みが必要だって。
You said you needed to know my secret.
それってもしかして。
Oh my god, Takuji. Yeah, but it is interesting how... Yeah. You mean like you're under...
いや、なんでもない。っていうか。
Oh my god. Well, it really looks like he thinks it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. So what is it?
あ、いや。だから、私の弱みを。
No, like my weak point. Somebody's shocked.
弱み。
Your weak point?
間宮君だけって。
God.
フェアじゃないと思うから。
It's not fair that I know your secret, so...
それって。
You mean?
だから。
So?
いや、本気で。
Really?
これは。
Please take this. Oh no.
何これ。
He looks disappointed. That's hilarious. What's this?
ノートです。
My notebook.
いや、それぐらいわかるけど。
No, I can see that.
これが私の弱みです。
This is my weak point.
はあ、そう。
Oh, okay. He quizzically opened my notebook. It really isn't. Oh my god, look at his expression.
漫画。
Oh, he looks a bit disappointed. Is it a manga?
はい。
Oh, that's really cool. Yes.
まあ、うまいんじゃないの。
Well, it's pretty good.
何？漫画家とか目指してるの？
What, are you trying to go pro? Become manga
あ、
artist?
いや、そういうことではないんだけど。
Oh no, not really.
そう。
Manga artist, I meant to say.
漫画とか描いたの人に見せるのは恥ずかしいかもしれないけど。
Oh yeah, reasonable.
そんなのって弱みになるの？
I see. Well, I guess it would be embarrassing to show something, something you draw, but is that really a secret? Could be.
弱みにならないの？
Oh god, you don't think that counts?
そう。だいたい全然嬉しくないし。
I love this because you have no idea where it's going to go. It's not like it matters to me. Oh god.
だったら何が。
Dude, he literally just said, not, what, showing a secret is not important. Oh god, then what would be better?
だから、そんなの言え
Yeah,
ないで
yeah,
しょ。
good. Yeah, no, it is interesting that he has restraint this time. Like I said, I can't say something like that.
そうなの？
Really?
もういいよ。とく。
Just forget about it, jeez. Mamiya-kun crawled back into the manhole. Oh.
なんで入ってくるの？
Hey, why are you trying to calm down?
いや。
Oh,
まあ、もう今更かもしれないから。
Yeah, no. It is interesting that here, even though it's the case that obviously Zakuro hasn't really gone into her secrets, it's still been something that I think has subtly just made it so that Takuji just instinctively trusts her more. And I just find it really quite funny to think that there's no desires that are really engaged in here. Well, not any lust that's really engaged here. And this is way more reasonable. All of it's just... It actually makes sense what's going on here, rather than, obviously, you know what happening. Yeah, I mean... No, it's just interesting how everything makes sense here, and it's the case that they've been able to gain their friendship without an extreme amount of lust, and I mean, obviously Zakuro showed something that she thinks is embarrassing about her. She draws manga, but I think it's really cool. But, well, to be fair, that's what, of course she'd think that, because, I mean, she's bullied for it, so why would she think it's anything but embarrassing? But, yeah. Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. Don't really mind. Yeah, and the trust has been gained, totally. Do you stay down here a lot?
ここにこんな湿気の多いところにいたら病気になるよ。それにここって蒸し暑いでしょ。
Here? I get sick if I stayed here in the humidity. It's kind of nasty. Yeah, I don't blame him, I'd think so. Yeah. Even if it is underground, a sealed space like this really would get hot in the summer. God, yeah. Yeah, that's actually a really good point, and I mean, I don't really think sewers are made for human usage, so yeah. I can totally see why.
少しならあまり気にならないんだけど。
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't want to stay here full stop. I think Takuji's other hideout is nothing short of creepy. But to be fair, it would make a nice space. And you could get so much done as well. It would be a really productive space if I ever used it. It wouldn't be bad to stay here for a while, but I wouldn't want to stay for too long. Yeah.
辛いでしょ。温度は大したことはないんだけど、やっぱり湿度が高いから。
Yeah. That's kind of everything that's going on in our area. Temperatures aren't the worst in summer, but humidity is fucking awful. Air is so evil. It feels so dense. It would be awful, wouldn't it? The temperature isn't really a problem, but the humidity is really bad. I suppose. Oh, Takuji's gone. I suppose so. So it's not like he's always down here. Maybe it's like an emergency shelter? No, he's down in a more interesting bit.
何やってるの?
What are you doing?
ここにずっととどまっていたいならいいけど。
I mean, I don't really care if you want to stay here, but... Oh. Yeah, Mamiya-kun opened a hatch further in.
それって出口?
No. Is that an exit? It's the beginning. It's the entrance! Yeah, Mamiya-kun silently climbed the ladder. Mamiya-kun disappeared. Will he mind if I follow him? Yeah, God. Isn't it funny? She puts Takuji before herself. Is this his... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't nearly as hot. This place. Here we go. The most cursed location when you think about it's my own invention. Kyusei-shu-sama. A huge space opened up before me. Several concrete pillars stretched into the infinite void. Yeah, it's interesting that it feels so dark that it genuinely looks as if it's infinite.
ここって外じゃないよね。
No way, no.
まだ昼間だから。
We're not outside, are we? It's still just the afternoon. Yeah, no, totally. It wouldn't be dark at this time of day. Yeah, no, totally. Who would? Let's be honest. I never knew there was such a huge space here.
ここは新校舎の土台。この真上には新プールがある。
This is the new school building's foundation. The new pool is right above us.
だからここは涼しい。あと上の階がクーラー効き始めると、こっちも涼しくなる。
It's usually pretty cool down here. When they turn on the air conditioning up above, it cools the air down here. Oh yeah, that's nice.
最近はよくできてるもんで、腐らないように土台といえども
Oh my god, I love that. Yeah, who would have thought when planning something like this that a human being is settling in here and he's basically, let's be honest, he is basically using the school as his home. He quite literally lives at school.
旧プールの排水タンクがかぶさった形で建てられていたんだ。
It was built right over the old pool's drainage tank.
まあ新プールの排水にも旧プールの排水タンクも使用される可能性を考慮して残されたのかもね。どっちにしろこっちには都合のいい話だけど。
Well, maybe they were considering the possibility of using the old pool's drainage tank. Either way, it's really convenient for me.
よくこんな場所見つけられたね。
I think I have a theory.
土台に降りる階段が何個かあるから上から降りてくることはできるみたいだけど当たり前だけどその扉は閉まってる。
Oh, isn't that interesting? He doesn't even answer it. There are a few sets of stairs that lead down here, so I guess you could get in here from above, but all of those doors are locked.
僕の知る限り開いたことなんてない。言ってみれば僕たちが出入りできるのは今の通路だけだ。
As far as I know, they've never been unlocked. I doubt there's any way in here other than the route we just took. Isn't it interesting that we have little bags on Takuji's eyes there? Just shows immense stress if you ask me.
誰も来ないってことだ。
So no one comes down here.
プールに異常でもあったら業者が来るんじゃない？排水パイプとかあるから。
Yeah, you've got to be very, very careful with. Obviously, if you see someone like that, you're screwed. There are drainage pipes over there, so maybe a maintenance worker would come down if there was a problem with the pool.
でも不良とか
Yeah.
先生とかは来ない。
No, totally. But bullies and teachers don't come down here. Yeah.
そういうことじゃない？
Of course not. I really do wonder if maybe in when Zakuro suddenly left Takuji in It's My Own Invention, maybe it was just because she was realizing what the essence of her relationship was with him. But also it could be because maybe Megu and Satoko were intervening and they were asking where she went. Mamiya-kun walked further in, quickly followed him. But still, the roof is really high. Yeah, I can imagine that actually. It does look like something that, well, something that would be very, very creepy. Oh right, it was built on a slope, so it makes sense. But still,
なんでこんな天井が高いんだろ
why is the roof so high?
何か作る気だったのかもね。途中で金がなくなったんじゃないの？
Maybe they were going to build something down here. I guess they ran out of money halfway through. Yeah, so you built the entire foundations for it, but you're not going to build anything.
う。何か
You think so?
もう一回分のフロアは入りそうだから。
Yeah,
そう
no, I
思った
agree.
だけ。
I'm not
別
either.
に何の根拠もないよ。
Who knows? It looks like they could fit another whole floor down here, though I'm not really an expert.
そうなんだ。
I see.
ついた。
Here it is.
ついた
Here. Mamiya-kun suddenly pushed on the wall. Only thing is, it's not a wall. Oh, yes. Yes, my favourite type of wall. The one that responds to human reaction. The wall gave in easily.
これって布
Is this fabric?
布にエアスプレーで砂利を吹きつけたんだ。暗闇じゃどう見ても行き止まりだよ。
I've rubbed gravel into the fabric. It looks like another part of the wall in the darkness. Yeah. Just look at how many precautions Takuji takes in order not to be found out. I mean, I get that he is illegally settling here, but at the same time, I mean, it just shows how scared he is of other people and the potential others have to do damage to him. It's awful. Here we go.
すごい。まるで家みたいに明るい。
Yeah, you get the power from the generator. And internet. I've always had a question. I wonder if... So he probably leeches off the school Wi-Fi. But the only thing is I do wonder if the school network providers can actually view the IPs of all of the computers that are connected to the Wi-Fi. Or just in general, maybe the location? I mean, well, it depends. I suppose if he tries to turn GPS off and he does as much as he can, it's fine, but I don't know. I don't really know much about that stuff. Or MAC addresses, I wonder if they can be viewed. Well, that just shows the device type, it doesn't really show the location. And I wonder if the IP would probably be the same for all... Oh no, it would be... I don't really know if you could get much from the IP, to be honest. Yeah, I do wonder what they would have built. Wow, it's almost like a house. It's so bright.
発電機があるからね。ここなら読書だってゲームだってできる。かなり重いけど、ネットもなんとかできるよ。
Yeah, that's why I have the generator. I can read or even play games in here.
ネットまで
Can use the internet too.
と言ってもモバイルだから、すごく重いよ。
Oh god, yeah. And it's underground. Look at how much signal would be blocked. Yeah, but it's super slow since I have to use my phone to get a connection.
地下なのに
But we're underground.
多分、
To be honest, I'm
この
actually
建物内は
impressed that
ア
they
ンテナ
can
が
get a
立つよう
signal,
に
yeah.
工夫されてるんじゃないのかな。
The building was probably designed so you could get a signal in here.
それ以外だと、食器棚があるだけかな。
Other than that, I guess I have these shelves for keeping food. Books. That's odd. I've seen this bookshelf before. It's probably one of the schools. But there are an awful lot of books. But the only thing is I don't really understand why they would store a bookshelf in probably the most random location. Can I just mention that Takuji is seriously creative for being able to do this, and I think the fact that he has been able to make this hideout, I think it's so sad because he has felt that there is so... Because, I'm sorry, but to make something like this, you have a proper commitment. Look at how many things are stolen from the school. I mean, not only does it show insecurity, but it shows just his desire to get away from everything and a lack of family life as well, and just anything that people should be getting, especially at ages like, well, at any ages, but especially childhood ages. I mean, to be fair, he's literally my age. I can't believe Takuji is 17. But he's a third year in Japanese high school, which I researched, and it was 17. Which I think is nothing short of nuts. To be honest, I mean, I would think these people are maybe 14 or 15 at the very most. But to be fair, To be honest, now that I think about it, I think it is really surprising. Like, Megu, Satoko, Tsubasa, all of Tsubasa's crowd, actually, they don't surprise me that they're around 17 at all. But Zakuro, Takuji... what about... No, Kagami and Tsukasa, they look 17. Yuki, I think... No, she definitely does. And she acts like 17 as well. Totally. But there are an awful lot of books.
これって間宮くんの本？
Are these your books?
僕のもあるけど、僕のものじゃ
God,
ない
look
の
how
もあ
sad
る
he
よ。
looks. Yeah, some of them are mine, but not all. I brought some of the books my parents make me read. What?
なんか難しそうな本がたくさん。
There are a lot of really difficult books here.
そういうのは僕のじゃないんじゃないの？僕は漫画ぐらいしか読まないよ。
But the only thing is I don't really understand, why is he saying that he has parents? He only has a mum, surely, and his mum, it's as if she's dead to him anyway. Those aren't mine. They're the ones my parents try to make me read. They're in the way, so I just keep them down here.
戯曲とかいっぱい。
There are a bunch of plays.
それは僕のじゃないね。家から持ってきたんだ。
Those aren't mine either. They're from my house.
自宅から？
From your house.
僕は読む気なんかないけどね。
I don't really plan on reading them, but...
読まないのに持ってきてるんだ。
Yeah, what is the point? But... Yeah, no, if anything, I think that really, really shows... Well, no, if anything, I don't really understand, because if his parents are really, really strict and they're monitoring, potentially monitoring what he's reading, I mean, why would it be that... Why would he make it so that the books have disappeared? I mean, wouldn't they think that he's done something with the books that could potentially deserve getting in trouble for? You don't read them, but you carried them here anyway.
もういいじゃん。
I guess.
哲学書。
Yeah, philosophy books. Isn't it funny to think about how much Takuji's thoughts are based on philosophy-related things? So even though he doesn't really want to read the books, I think he's probably had a big influence on them and they've really been important. Philosophy books.
そんなの読まないよ。
Don't read those.
世界文学。
World literature.
興味ないね。
Who cares about that?
古典文学。
Yeah, I can...
そんなの誰が読むんだよ。
Yeah, reasonable. Fuck GCSE English. I just have such bad experiences from classical literature because of GCSE English. I'm so happy I could drop that crap. I really, really am. Who would read that
ラ
crap?
イトノベル。
Light novels.
そ
Okay.
れすごい数でしょ。全部僕のだよ。
I knew it. I knew it. That's hilarious. A ton of them, right? They're all mine. Yeah, no. I know what he's talking about when it comes to light novels. To be honest, I find it really hard to find light novels that aren't in Japanese. There's a lot of light novels of series I know and I like that I wish they had translations. I swear there's a... Wait, I'm just going to do a bit of research. Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, so isn't... There is a Higurashi light novel. I swear there is. Yeah. What about Toho novels? Do they exist? Art books? Don't know about light novels though. Oh wait, no, they do. What else? I don't think Umineko would have any light novels. Oh yeah, let's see. No. A ton of them, right? They're all mine. I wonder what his favourite series are.
ライトノベル好きなんだ。
So you like light novels, huh?
だいたい古い本なんかから学ぶことなんてないよ。本なんて
Yeah.
ライトノベルだけ読んでればいいんだよ。
If I'm going to be honest, I think with old stories, they do give you societal lessons that can probably be applied to today. But I mean, I think this is why I really, really prefer reading stuff like Subarashiki Hibi to, I don't know, just anything that's really, really old. Because, I mean, these people, they're in such similar standpoints to me. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to become like Takuji, but... but we're similar ages and we're going through similar times and... Okay, maybe not with the bullying, but... To be fair, we're going through similar things and identity crises and stuff like that, but... The only thing is, obviously... The thing is, I'm trying to get the most I can academically out of school. I don't even know what Takuji's going to do. I mean, I don't know. There's so many characters that you can relate to. I mean... I suppose I'm kind of like Kagami and Tsukasa in a way. More Kagami, but... Yeah. Oh, really?
はあ、なら古い本から学べることなんてあるの？そういうのを読むのが老害なんだよ。
He's being really, really disrespectful. But if I'm going to be honest, I feel like somebody like Takuji, he's had so little conversations that he finds it hard to learn what truly is a boundary, really. Huh. Do you think there's something to learn from those old books? Only old geezers read them. Old geezers? I don't think that's right. Well, that's not important. But really, that's not right. He's probably wrong about that. I took a bottle off of his food shelf. A bottle of something. This isn't a bottle of marmalade, is it?
何？
What? No music. Nothing. This is going to be quite interesting. I'm just curious on the question, on the subject of which Subarashiki Hibi character do you relate to the most? Wait a second, I'm just going to prove that I'm incredibly sad. Also, Yoru no Himawari is just the best theme to listen to, so this is just a subtle excuse to listen to this masterpiece. Actually, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm just scared about getting spoilers. Right, this is going to be really quite interesting because this was Zakuro's turning point last time. Isn't it interesting that Zakuro is so interested in what Takuji is talking about that she's really, really missing a big red flag? What is he doing? Why is he hiding in a place like this when he has parents? Well, to be fair, Zakuro doesn't know that he spends his entire life in this place. And he barely goes to his house, to be honest. Oh god, yeah, this is really, really bad because, I mean, I'm sure. Looking glass insects and all of the analogies about Looking Glass House, they would fall into novels that are written in categories that are summed by these genres, really. Why do you need to read anything but light novels? I love that. First, she tried to look down and make out what she was coming to, but it was too dark to see anything. Then she looked at the sides of the well. Oh yeah, I like this. So there's a really, really deep well and you don't know. So it's interesting that the well isn't something that is physical, and it's not just a metaphorical way of describing Zakuro going from point A, which is just at the top of the ladder, to point B on the ground. No. It's more like showing metaphorically the journey that she is going to take. Right. Oh. Notice that they were filled with cupboards and bookshelves. Here and there she saw maps and pictures hung upon pegs. That's really weird. Wow. God, it's the total reminder. Isn't that interesting? She took a jar from one of the shelves as she passed. It was labelled orange marmalade, but to her great disappointment, it was empty. She did not like to drop the jar for fear of killing somebody else. That's such an unusual fear, though. I mean, was it the belief that, I don't know, a soul is in everything? So... Oh, wait, no, hang on a second. Wait, I'm confused. Oh. That's odd. Yeah, that makes a bit more sense now. Fell into the rabbit hole. We're going down the rabbit hole. Isn't that ironic? God, so there really have been many Alice in Wonderland references. So I do wonder if It's My Own Invention is a reference to it as well. A passage from Alice in Wonderland when she fell down into the rabbit hole. That's right. This isn't the rabbit hole that leads to Wonderland. But this is the first time Mamiya-kun seemed truly mysterious to me. When I came here, I felt like there was something drawing me in. Somewhere else. Somewhere other than the place I am. That's unusual. The world of mirrors, the world of mystery. I know that nothing like that really exists, but for some reason I had gotten the feeling that there was something different about him. Yeah, no, totally. Mamiya-kun seemed enigmatic at first, but it was just an illusion. Alright, so enigmatic is just a simile for mysterious and difficult to interpret. But it was just an illusion. This place lost its luster once I found that out. It was just another dull place.
どうしたの?
Huh? What's wrong?
私そろそろ帰る。
I should be heading home.
もう
Already? Ah, yes.
あのさ
I fled that place. Behind me, Mamiya-kun yelled.
いつでもここに来ていいから
You can come back anytime you want.
高島さん
Takashima-san. Before, he didn't want me to come here at all. His voice suddenly sounded incredibly bothersome. I hated the sound of his voice chasing after me. What the fuck is this personality change? Nothing interesting ever happens. Of course not. Reasonable. If amazing things happened every day, we would get tired of them, and we'd get addicted to amazing things happening, and we'd expect amazing things happening every day, and then it would lead to the overall downfall of our lives. Life is just... yeah, it's fucking boring, I don't disagree. I can't say that while playing this, but... yeah. Life apart from this is boring. Mamiya-kun, huh? Honestly, I was disappointed.
帰 ぱりか。
Disappointed, huh? What was I expecting? So odd. Oh, right, okay. I'm just gonna get the last line
よく
before
こんな場
the...
所見つけられたね。
No, okay, I'm being a bit bad at this. I want to reread the dialogue, but I want to get the last line before the annoying train moving. Oh my fucking god, I've done it 3 times. My reaction time is just awful today, it seems. Right, here we go. Fucking finally learning something. Wow. Oh my god, this is so unusual though, seriously. Yeah. It's just such an unusual personality change. Yes, well, I suppose she is. It's as if she's going down a well. Isn't it ironic to think about the fact that there is a well, and what's even funnier is the fact that when you go down, there is no turning back, let's be honest here. And especially after the more delusional parts of Takuji resurface. Yeah, it's just so awful to think about the fact that Takuji really is... He's seriously lonely, and I feel like if he had company, he wouldn't be able to become a complete psychopath like he became in It's My Own Invention. Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, but I suppose it was too ambiguous to see anything, so you need to investigate more. Yeah. So I suppose looking at the size of the well is just... I suppose in this situation it's discovering everything, really. And I suppose that's kind of saying that it feels like it's something that's really cool and something really interesting and something that you may be able to learn so much from. But at the same time, it's just empty and this expectation doesn't meet reality. And it's just so weird to think that it's as if she's gone down the well and she's realised that her expectation of what will be down the well and the expectation of Wonderland is not going to be there, and it's a total disappointment. So instead of... wanting to get to know this person more, she just completely disconnects from him, and it's so fucking weird. Isn't it funny how similar this is? I wonder what that jar is. It's not a white liquid. I pray it's not a white liquid. If you get it, you get it. Yeah, I disagree. I think it is. Because if you manage to make Takuji someone who's happy and who feels as if he has a purpose of living, not only will you not kill yourself, but Takuji won't become insane. I think this is the rabbit hole that leads to Wonderland, surprisingly. But then again, could she ever want that? Could she ever be fully happy? That's the question. Isn't it interesting? I think that thing drawing her in is the realization that Takuji is the same person as Zakuro, just with obviously a lot of different things. But emotionally, they're really, really similar people. They're seriously badly affected by bullying, and they've had horrible, horrible lifetimes as a result of it. They've had their lives ruined, and yeah, I think it's just because of that and how much relation they had. Yeah, and maybe it's as if Zakuro had totally false expectations about what was going to be down in this well, and she thought that it was going to be Wonderland. But the only thing is, like this analogy kind of suggests, I mean, you find a jar, it doesn't say marmalade. That's your only piece of basis. The fact that you're not being drawn into what you truly expect. I mean, I just don't understand why she's making such a quick decision, really. To be fair, Takuji has kind of insulted what she believes in and what she enjoys. For example, classic literature, and maybe that could be the why. It's the case that maybe she's just doing this in order to hide to mask how she feels offended by what Takuji has done. Yeah, so interesting. The world of mystery, yeah, I like that, yeah. Isn't that interesting? So you discover what this place is, and you discover how unusual it is, but then you just realise that Takuji's just a normal person. And there's not really something special about him, and not something that she would be specifically interested in. But the only thing is, it just seems like such a odd mood. I mean, why would you be this throwaway, if anything? I mean, it's just saying that Takuji didn't seem mysterious and he didn't seem interesting, and he just looked like all of the same people, so you dump him. I mean, why? It just seems like such a waste. Like, does somebody have to be mysterious to be your friend? I mean, I get that they may be similar to the general population, obviously, people who may bully you, but at the same time, what if they're not? How can you just make that assumption and then base how you view a person on that? I mean, it just doesn't really make much sense whatsoever. I don't really see what she's saying. Yeah, and now she's only viewing the bad, and she's using that to characterize her impression of the place. Interesting. And I suppose she's looking into this because she thinks it could be interesting. It's really weird. Her personality is fucking odd. I will just say that straight up. It really, really is odd. Mamiya-kun, huh? Honestly, I was disappointed. Disappointed, huh? What was I expecting? Yeah, but that's really interesting. I think she was expecting a rival. Rival? Sorry, an ally. I accidentally said the entire opposite thing. That's what I wanted to say. But, yeah, expecting an ally, expecting somebody who could really, really root with all of the things that she's feeling, and she saw something special drew her in. I don't even think she was thinking about it, but she just thought about how similar these people were. Yeah, and like the analogy in the Looking Glass House, really, you see yourself reflected within Takuji, and obviously just a few differences, a lot of mysteries, a lot of things that you don't know, but the overall premise is the same. You see yourself reflected in him, but she's just so easily thrown him away. The sun began to set. I wonder if we're going to see Zakuro's home. I'm quite interested. The colour of the sky doesn't change with the day, but it does change with the hour. It does, yeah. Yeah, no, I see that. It slowly changes to yellow, and then dyes all the buildings purple. Sunset was depressing. That was because I was already tired by the time I saw the scenery. My body felt heavy. My heart felt heavy. Yeah, no, I can see that, so you obviously have... It's weird. Yeah, and she's just totally dismissing the fact that everything regarding Takuji has happened. I think she has severe depression, or I don't know, it just seems like it. Or just something really, really odd, even though nothing happened in the day, even though it was all empty. I mean, you have something that is as unique and as different to what has happened before. Obviously the point we're at now, and yet at the same time you just have the audacity to claim that nothing happened. It's just such a false representation of what has actually happened in the day, and it just really makes me think that there could be something really, really tragic with Zakuro's mental health, to be honest. The only things that remained after such an empty day were the weight in my body and the weight in my heart. Reasonable, yeah. And also a strange frustration, almost like regret. It seemed like regret, even though I hadn't done anything wrong. I find it interesting that Zakuro makes these emotions, and with her analogies as well, that she tries to get to terms with everything that is going on. She sounds like she is incredibly emotionally intelligent. It's just there are so many emotions that would make sense to have, but at the same time, I think she has the emotions. It's just she never really considers that she has them, if that makes sense. It seemed like regret, even though I hadn't done anything wrong. Of course. No one could fault me for my choices today. Oh, what about Takuji? You've just meaninglessly rejected him. I mean, of course he could. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's horrible. There was no point where my empty existence could have blossomed into a bouquet of flowers. But how do you know that? How are you so confident about that? Oh, it just hurts that nobody is here to tell her this is just maybe not the right way of going around things. I get that she doesn't know this, but I think if these people had a proper friendship, they would be so helped. It's just so sad that it's not going to happen. It's not like you can make life-changing choices every single day. Even if there was a bouquet of flowers to fill the whole of my life, they would wilt in just a few days. Yeah. That's interesting, so I suppose that could be an analogy for Takuji. Flower without roots withers and dies. That's why I find the sunset incredibly depressing. The scenery was too melancholy. This melancholy scene was another. It was the scenery of another conclusive ending. This is how it ended, with a heavy body and a heavy heart. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, it actually cheered me up a little to think that at least it was over. I just find it so interesting that she has no appreciation of everything that has gone on with Takuji. She has no appreciation of anything good that could have happened. She only looks at the bad. Yeah, the melancholy scenery outside passed from right to the left, on and on. To left, right to left. It flowed on. As it flowed, the shade of purple on the buildings grew more apparent. What now? Oh, she's going to bed. That's not what I was expecting. God, I feel really... Oh, she's looking at her phone. Dude, this is just 2012 scrolling right here. Oh God, don't become a scrolling addict, please. Don't scroll the underground message board. Right, there we go. My water tastes fucking awful. Seriously, it tastes as if it tastes off. This is so odd. Yeah, God, this is evil. It really is. And the fact that she can just dismiss everything, and I mean, let's be honest, from a mutual standpoint, I mean, you've seen something that you will never ever be able to see again. You've seen the underground network of the sewer, and you've seen a hideout that is made in the most creative way. And yet at the same time, You just feel, even though you've seen something that you're never going to see again, let's be honest here. I mean, this is so unusual in so many levels. Yet at the same time, you just think that nothing happened and you completely dismiss everything because of her regret, but also her disappointment, and yeah, it's so weird. It's evil, this, it really is. I mean, her emptiness, it just makes her appreciate the world around her so much less, but she can't. I mean, I don't blame her, but yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is insane, and just I think what she's really scared of failure, so much so that she doesn't even try to have a reasonable time and develop this at all, because she's just so consumed by the fact that Takuji is not the person that she expected, even though she barely knows anything about him. Well, she decides on instinct, I think, and that's the worst thing, because I think her instincts are she's so sad, and her instincts are so significant. Does she really have the capacity mentally to question it? But the only thing is, you could have today. I don't disagree that she could have. Yeah, but isn't that... I just find that so horrible to think about the fact that flowers may fill the hole in her life. And interesting, the hole in her life. And if I'm going to be honest, I think I can really see that with her emotional state. I mean, it must be so horrible living with something like this. It really must be. It was an ending. Totally a conclusive ending, yeah. I ate dinner and then went to my room. I idly surfed to the internet on my phone. Oh god. Though it's not like that's any fun. Yeah, reasonable, but to be fair, it depends on where you're surfing. There are some sites that are a lot more interesting than others. I mean, let's be honest, I was just doing some well, research for an academic project that I have. I was basically just doing research. I was technically surfing the internet just for 30 minutes, getting research, getting statistics, quoting sources, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm in the research project phase at the moment. I'm not going to begin doing the essay until way later. Yeah, it was fun. It really was fun. It's actually the most fun I've had researching something in a while. I got a friend request from some man I didn't know. Oh god. Wait, she has a journal? He was a 30-year-old businessman. His listed interests were the same as mine, and he said he had become one of my fans after reading my journal. Bit of an age gap though, like fucking 13 years. I don't disagree whatsoever. The only thing is I feel like she still needs emotions that... I feel like she has emotions that she can't really solve herself, and problems that are made as a result of all of the emotions that are going on with her. Yeah, and I can totally see why she kills herself. She's very easy to exploit, I think. You've got a good head on your shoulders for a girl of your age. Yeah, interesting. I mean, I suppose with everything that went on with Takuji, she did think about it. And if anything, she thought that there was something interesting. She didn't just... I get that she did act on impulse, but she still tried her hardest to get as informed a decision as possible and then go. It's nice to see that there are still some girls who think before they act. That's what he said. Oh, that's interesting. You like Alice in Wonderland, huh? Have you seen Jan Svankmayer's version? I don't know how you say that. Jan Svankmayer. I don't know. Cheshire Cat. That's interesting though. Because that's her username on the underground message board. I swear. Oh, right, okay. Oh. I thought she set it after. I thought she would have developed an interest in it there. By the way, Cheshire Cat is my username. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. It's a very artistic film, but you're a smart, sensitive girl, so I thought you might like it. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought, obviously, request from a 30-year-old guy, that's just really suspicious. It could be suspicious, but... this is not really the beginning of the conversation I thought. I thought it was going to be a little bit worse. But maybe this person is going to take advantage, I don't know. I'm just a bit suspicious because of the age. But then again, I mean, this person, I get that they are older, but they are offering very valid contributions and even recommendations. I'd just be a bit concerned if they started chatting a lot. Nah, I disagree. Entirely. Sadly enough, I'm neither smart nor sensitive. Oh yeah. The Jabberwocky's Riddle community is having an offline meeting soon. Are you coming? If you are, I could bring the DVD for you. Oh right. Unfortunately, I'm not going. I've never even been to that site. I wanted to send him a sarcastic reply like that, but of course I can't. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah. I wasn't feeling good, so I just let it go. I aimlessly surfed it. God. Yeah, she really is killing time. Just go to bed, man. Don't fucking surf the internet. Just... I hate the phrase surf the internet. Use the internet needlessly.
そういえばもういい加減私の悪口とか消えてるよね
Now that I think about it, they're not gossiping about me anymore. could be a bit dodgy, by the way. Can I just mention? Now that I think about it, they're not gossiping about me anymore. Oh god, yeah, Kitahai's message board. Sawayaka. They call it the school's underground message board. I wonder who's admin on that message board. They call it the school's underground message board. Until about half a year ago, they said, oh god, that's awful. Yeah, and especially the thing is, it's a public forum, so everybody can see it, and that's, if I'm going to be honest, I think that's even worse. If you have access to people talking crap about you and you have the ability to read it, I don't know, myself, I wouldn't want to. I think that would just make me feel so bad. And it would be really hard, especially fighting curiosity, I think. Fat. Ugly. Jesus. Disgusting. What? Right. Okay then. Yeah, this is evil. You see so many people who are just saying such awful things that are just not only ridiculous but completely slanderous as well, and look at Zakuro, she's getting completely affected by them, and obviously as a result of that she's just really, really sad, and she has no self-confidence, and that's evil. It really is. Lately there hadn't been any new posts about me. Good. That's interesting. Since about the same time the bullying stopped. Wait, so is this after the doll incident? Bullying, huh? I checked on the anonymous bullying prevention forum that I had signed up for back then. My thread was still there. Yeah, they told me to keep fighting, to never give up. Interesting that it's anonymous as well, yeah. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, that's evil, because people were, yeah, telling me to never give up. Their advice only made it, well, that's really sad. Yeah, these people were trying their hardest to, obviously. I'm honestly surprised that she could make an anonymous thread and people would actually listen to her, but to be fair, the only people we've really seen in this school are the shitheads. I'm sure there are a lot of good people. I mean, look at Kagami and Tsukasa. I mean, Kagami is a bit of a fucking Karen, let's be honest here, but at the same time, I think she is a good person, and Tsukasa, obviously. Until I see something bad about Tsukasa, I think Tsukasa might actually be, like, Tsukasa and Zakuro, they're probably the nicest people in this visual novel. Telling me to never give up. Their advice only made it, but I know that's, yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, but there were also a lot of people who told me how to solve my problems. They really helped me. Oh god. But one of them was a 20... Hang on a second, what the fuck? Is anybody going to comment about the fact that a 28... Wait, it might be a teacher. But a 28-year-old man is on an underground message board full of kids in a high school. I think even if it is a teacher, it's creepy because somebody is... Well, they may be a teacher and they may just be there for monitoring and obviously providing support to people who are down, but why are they masquerading as someone who they're not? It just is a bit weird if you ask me. Hang on, there's something I want to just sort out. Oh wait, that's meant to be there. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's creepy. I should have never given him my phone number. Okay, yeah, at first I thought he was really nice since he told me the phone number for a hotline for people who have been bullied. What the actual fuck? That's really weird. After I gave him my phone number, he'd call me almost every night. He asked what I was... Oh, wait. Dude, he's fucking 28. What the hell? Yeah. I thought maybe this could just be somebody who's not necessarily stalking, but somebody who's really, really worried about her. I mean, I get that he is invasive, but the reason he was being so invasive was because of how worried he was. Yeah, this is just nothing short of dodgy, though. I can't justify that. Yeah, good. You did the right thing. It had nothing to do with bullying anymore. I got scared and changed my phone number. So that's not a teacher, I'd assume. Why is a 28-year-old on a message board full of school kids? That's so weird. It had nothing to do with bullying anymore. I got scared and changed my phone number. But there were lots of good things too. Yeah, that's good. The women in particular were always nice. Yeah, no, that's horrible. Yeah, I can see that. They were always kind and I could relax since I knew they didn't have any ulterior motives. I just can't believe that somebody would be as awful of a person to see that somebody is really, really vulnerable, somebody is being bullied, and then, yes, what should I do? Just, I mean, I don't understand why this person tries to help them at first, but then just stalks them, I think. No, I think it's just a groomer, to be honest. And maybe that helping was just an illusion. An illusion, maybe they were trying to misinform Zakuro of the fact that she was genuinely cared about, but yeah. Obviously a contradiction was in place. But one day, all the bullying suddenly stopped. But it still happens though, that's the insane thing, because I was seriously injured. Yeah, God, it was painful, but now that I look back on it, it wasn't so bad. Isn't it interesting that she can view it in a more positive light? Now I don't need to come to this site anymore. I hate bullies, Kaeda. The new school semester started. Are you doing alright, Cheshire Cat? Yeah, that's a bit odd. By the way, I hate bullies as the 28-year-old stalker. I really do wonder if this could be a cause for her suicide. Yeah, totally. You hate bullies, but you're just fine with stalkers, huh? She hasn't posted anything new, so I guess she's fine. Or she could have suicided, maybe? Like, you don't know. She hasn't posted anything new, so I guess she's fine. Who is the March Hare? Maybe that's a woman. It's been a long time. I guess nothing new has happened. I'm praying for you all. Hope your life gets better from here on out. Yeah, no, same here. Yeah, these people were really nice. And this person's looking at her activity because she's genuinely worried. I do wonder what would happen if Takuji looked at these threads and he maybe tried to help Zakuro. The March Hare. She was one of the kind women. No, she sounds it, yeah. I wanted to tell her what happened after that. But I wanted to avoid the stalker, so I didn't post on there anymore. Yeah, reasonable. The bullying really had stopped. I find it so low to think about the fact that she is getting bullied and she's getting... Look at Megu and Satoko. They've still asked to steal her homework, asked to steal the ticket to the music concert. Yeah. They are really, really pushing the limits of what they can do. They don't bully anymore, but at the same time they still use her, and obviously Zakuro obviously wants to do... She wants to confide with what they're doing, because if she doesn't, she's going to be penalised for it, and she's going to be made to feel awful. She's only doing this because she's scared of the bullies. So I think that's something that's really concerning. She's being bullied without even the realisation of the fact that she is being bullied. The bullying really has stopped. The March Hare, she always talks about praying. And she's always very polite and kind. She seems like a good person. I do wonder who... Yeah, I really wish I could tell her what happened. That the bullying stopped. No, I know. Yeah, totally. I wish I could at least tell her.
疲れたな。
I would investigate her profile and try to find out who she is. If she's in the school, go and tell her. Or just... Well, there's no DM option, I'm assuming. But that might be a bit tricky because... I don't know. Sometimes finding out someone's identity isn't the best thing. But that didn't really seem like... That seemed like someone completely harmless, so I'm sure they're not a bad person. And I don't think they'd react differently just because it's Zakuro. Oh, I'm tired. I looked at the clock. It was already... Oh, damn. It's already past midnight.
あっちゃ。もう寝ないと。
Whoa. I need to get to sleep already. What's going on now? Ooh. That night I had a dream. Let me guess. It's going to be something really scary, I bet. Or maybe it's going to be something... Higurashi spoiler, by the way. Higurashi spoiler. I'm going to spoil chapter 6. Like, one of the best scenes in the chapter, so don't watch this if you haven't fully read it. But I wonder if she's going to have some sort of flashback that's like Keiichi in Sumi Horoboshi, where he has a flashback to Oni Kakashi and everything that's gone on there. All of his very, very bad deeds, and obviously the lack of ability to seek trust and appreciation in his friends, and how he has interpreted the situation, ironically, quote unquote, without love, and he's been able to gain the worst possible conclusion, and he's acted on that conclusion, and as a result of that, yeah, bad things have happened. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Maybe there's going to be some sort of weird dream from Zakuro here. I wonder what she dreams about, actually. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like I hate bullies. But, I just wonder what such a creative mind like hers dreams about. I mean, I won't deny I think I've got creativity in my mind, but I don't have creativity nearly as much as she does. Seriously, it's amazing. Yeah, get a phone line. Sorry, get a hotline for people who have been groomed as well. Jesus Christ. That night I had a dream. A dream I've never had before. But one that seems so familiar. Maybe it was a dream from long ago. That dream made me sad. Then it disappeared. Oh shit, what's this? Looks like the Tsui no Sora. Such a weird cover.
さすがに暑いな。
God, she doesn't sound happy. If anything, I think she sounds a little bit tearful. It sure is hot. Ah, yeah, the sun on the rooftop was harsh. So I do wonder what's going to happen in her day.
こんな場所来るべきじゃないのかも。
A familiar dream that seemed really quite sad and disappeared afterwards. It is odd. I do wonder what her dream was. Maybe I shouldn't have come here. Yeah, reasonable. Actually, the rooftop as well. Why are you going to the rooftop? What if Yuki's there? Oh, that's really bad. Fuck. I ended up skipping class today too. Though no one forced me to do it today. It just happened. This is the worst thing about depression-related things, because let's be honest, I feel like somebody like her, it would be very hard to motivate her. So if she gets into a habit of skipping classes, it's going to be harder for her to get back out. It just happened. Yeah, no, I know, that's the worst thing. Yeah, it will get you into a really bad habit, so don't do it. Yeah, and obviously her grades are going to plummet as well. And to be fair, I mean, obviously what's more important? Grades or emotional stability, but at the same time, I mean, her depression and all of the really, really bad negative emotions that are being caused and have been caused by the bullying, they're not really to do with academic related things. But at the same time, I mean, it could give you a lot of stress, so I can see why she would want to skip it, but it's just really bad if she... It's bad for her grades, but at the same time it may be good for her mental state. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Oh god, who's going to be on the rooftop? Maybe Yuki's going to be on the rooftop and Yuki's going to meet Zakuro. I hope that's what's going to happen. I wasn't really aiming for perfect attendance, but still. Once I skipped class a single time, it became a lot easier to do it again.
今まで全然サボったことなんてなかった。
Yeah, seriously, yeah, I've never skipped class before. Yeah, so do it every once in a while. Don't do it day by day. I can probably get away with skipping every once in a
で
while.
もやっぱり慣れないことはするものじゃないな。
I'm really not used to this though. Yeah, I came to the rooftop because it didn't seem like anyone else would be up here. And it really was deserted. Yeah,
日差し
totally.
が強すぎて人が入れるような場所じゃないよ。
But what about Yuki? No one comes up here because it's so hot. Yeah, it must be relaxing. For an hour, man, you're just totally wasting your hour. What should I do for an hour? I mean, obviously people like Takuji and Yuki, let's be honest, I think even if they try, they don't have the work ethic. I don't really think they'd have potential to get good results out of school, but I think Zakuro does. And she is clever. I get that she doesn't have an ounce of appreciation for herself. Well, fucking hell, I've been there, but like, I think she definitely can do it. What should I do for an hour?
こんなことなら
Yeah, you
真
should
面目
have.
に授業出てればよかったかな。
Yeah. Maybe I should have gone to class after all. Put my hand on the fence as I walked across the rooftop. Dude, what if a fucking bully comes up here? I mean, it's deserted as well. This could be really bad. Can I just mention that? The school's layout is pretty complicated, so the roof isn't a normal rectangle either. Building A has a shape like a cross. The scenery changed as I walked. Yeah, the building B and C rooftops are closed off. Building B rooftop, we've never been there before.
あれって
Is that... What? Mamiyaku? Huh? This is actually really unusual. What? Why? Oh, right. Oh, okay. So I thought he was on this rooftop. But yeah, that's interesting. That's building B, so it should be off limits. Why is he over there? Oh, he doesn't care and he has his ways. I.e. his ladders. Well, to be fair, he's got a way of going up to building C. I don't exactly know about building B.
あれ
Huh? When I squinted, I could see stairs on the other side of the fence. Wait, just need to picture this. When I squinted, I could see stairs on the other side of the
B
fence.
棟につながってるんだここ
It's connected to the other building's rooftop here. Alright, building B has one less floor so the stairs led down. It doesn't stand out since it's below the lip of the rooftop, but it really is a pretty big staircase.
多分立ち入り禁止なんだろうけど
It's probably off limits, but well, that didn't stop him.
君は
Huh? Who are you?
あの
That's unusual. She's gone to see him. And she's probably realised the or she hasn't realised the regret. She's completely forgotten about what she had. In terms of feelings for Takuji, I don't know. Did you forget about yesterday already?
私は隣のクラスの高島ザクロ
I'm Takashima Zakuro. I'm in the next class over.
高島ザクロそうなんだ
Takashima Zakuro. That's right. What does he mean by that?
ごめん僕は結構人を覚えるの苦手なんだよね
Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm really bad at remembering faces.
そうなんだ
I see. But still, it was just yesterday. I don't really care about him, but isn't it interesting that we have a person as nice as Zakuro being really quite rebellious here? I don't really care about him, but it really bothers me that he doesn't even seem to remember me. Yeah.
君はこんなところで何をやってるの
Yeah, another reasonable question. What are you doing in a place like this?
いや別にこれといって
Oh, nothing in particular.
もしかしてサボり
Are you cutting class?
まあそんなところかな
Well, I guess so.
そうなんだあんま良くないよそういうの
I mean, I get that he can't talk, but yeah, I totally agree. I see. You shouldn't do that, you know? Isn't it interesting that I think Takuji is complete... I mean, obviously he's reading a novel, he's reading something he enjoys, his mental health is just naturally going to be better, but... Or at least it's likely that would be the case, but... Yeah, it's interesting that I think it's totally the case that Takuji... Maybe Takuji has felt that he's done something wrong and just felt a little bit of confusion at the fact that Zakuro has gone. And maybe he's thought that he's done something wrong, so he needs to perfect himself a little bit more. And it's just interesting seeing it's totally the case that all of the ice has been broken between Takuji and how he approaches Zakuro. So it's just interesting to see how he changes. I see. You shouldn't do that, you know?
間宮君だってサボってるじゃない。
But you're doing the same thing.
僕はいいんだよ。
I'll be fine. Okay, Yuki.
なんで？
Why?
サボりの常連だからね。
I always skip classes.
理由になってない。
It's not a good reason.
まあ理由なんていいじゃん。でも
Yeah,
あん
fair
まり
enough.
サボるのは良くないよ。
Who needs a reason? Either way, you shouldn't skip class.
君って確か真面目じゃなかったっけ？
Yeah, seriously, weren't you a good student?
真面目なわけじゃないけど。
Well, yeah. Yeah, honor student is just a title, it seems. Look at her maths notebook. When she wasn't paying attention, she wasn't... Yeah, but because of her depression, do you really think somebody like that could be blamed? No. I don't think so, but... I mean, I'm sorry, but if you were... I feel like if you have emotions like Zakuro, just motivating somebody who has gone through as much as Zakuro, I think it's... I don't really know, I just think it's a bit cruel. Forcing somebody like her to discipline herself in schoolwork. I mean, if she naturally has that discipline, fine, but I think if it's something that's hard to get, I just think it's a bit cruel. Not really.
そう。まあどうでもいいや。
Oh, well, if you say so. What is it? Yeah, no, I think he's totally changed, yeah. Yeah, yesterday when I left, his voice was so bothersome, but now he almost sounds different. But his voice hasn't changed.
ここって結構涼しくない？
It's totally his mood. Yeah, no. I think he's properly realised that Zakuro is a friend, and this is something that I'm seriously surprised to see, actually. It's really nice and refreshing to see. I think it's just so deserved as well. I mean, I'm sorry, but these people have such a potential to make a great future together, I think. It's just so good that they're having a chance to talk. Isn't it nice and cool here? Huh? Now that you mentioned it. I didn't notice because I was talking to him. It's pretty cool here.
影になってるから。それと。
There's shade here and...
学校裏の用水路の森から涼しい風が来るんだよ。
That's really good. Yeah, a cool breeze comes out of the forest behind the school.
A棟の屋上って夏場はとんでもなく暑いからさ。サボりの生徒もそれを見張る教師も来ないんだよね。
No one comes here because the building A rooftop is so hot in the summer.
B 棟の屋上はこんなに涼しいんだけどね。
Even though the building C rooftop is so much cooler. It is, seriously. So it's a perfect place for skipping class. Not even Tsubasa's crowd.
まあ、そういうことかな。
You could say that.
間宮君はここで何をやってるの？
What are you doing here, Mamiyaku?
何をやっているように見える？
What does it look like I'm doing?
読書かな。
Really?
ご名答。
Correct.
ラノベ読んでるの？
Is that a light novel?
ラノベ好きなの？
Do you like light novels?
そういうわけじゃないけど。
Not really, but
これは
this is... Mamiyaku took the cover of the book he was reading.
シラノド・ベルジュラック？
Oh, that's actually really quite surprising. That was not a reference I was expecting.
フランスで最も人気の戯曲だってさ。
It's the most popular play in France. Yeah.
フランスで人気？それって最近のもの？
Popular in France. Is it a modern play?
19世紀に書かれたもんだから最近とは言わないよね。
I find it funny that he was commenting on everything that who would read old classical literature and then this. I wouldn't call it modern. It was written in the 19th century.
面白いの？
Is it interesting?
すごく出来のいい演劇だが取り立てて論じるに値せずと当時は言われたそうだよ。
It's incredibly well written, but it seems like it wasn't so well received when it was first published.
どういうこと？
What do you mean?
まあ言ってみればあくまでも商業演劇。当時にしては
Oh.
恐ろしく古臭くて新鮮味に欠けた作品だったみたいだよ。
I guess you could say it was a heavily commercialized play. To the people of the time, it must have seemed old and mustard.
そうなんだ。でも難しそう。
I see, it looks like it would be hard to read.
ごく最近の翻訳だからそんなに難しく
Oh
な
yeah,
いよ。
that's good, yeah.
まあ普通に義務教育を終えた人なら読めるんじゃないの？
It's not that hard. The translation is very recent. Most people who finished middle school could probably read it.
君はちゃんと義務教育を終えた？
Have you finished middle school?
一応ってそれって当たり前じゃない。
I suppose I have. Wait, isn't that obvious?
そうか。なら読めると思うよ。
Then you should be able to read it just fine.
どんなお話？
What kind of story is it?
詩人、
Yeah, poet.
剣客、
Swordsman.
理学者で
Scientist.
かつ音楽家。
Oh my god, yeah.
17世紀に実在したそんな人物の物語だよ。
It's a story about a real person who lived in the 17th century.
実は
True story?
いいよ、戯曲だよ。あくまでもね。
No, it's still a play, but it's about a
武
true
男の
person.
片思いの純愛を書いた。
Yeah. Speaks of an ugly man's unrequited love.
武男の片思い。
Unrequited love.
私は女の優しさというものを知らずに来た。
Yeah, fair enough. I've lived without knowing the touch of a woman.
母親は私を醜い子だと思った。
You had no
妹もいなか
sisters,
ったし
what?
成人してからはずっと女たちのあざきりの目が怖かった。
Can't imagine just... How could you have a kid and think something like this and give the impression... Or just giving the impression that you think this about your kid and showing them such little in terms of love is horrible. Even my mother thought I was a repugnant child. I had no sisters either. As an adult, women have always looked at me with disdain.
そんな人の片思いの純愛劇。
Yeah. No, I thought that was a definition. I thought that was a description of Takuji because of the fact that it's referring to an adult, and Takuji is technically an adult. So I don't know. I was kind of stretching my luck there. He's reading from the extract. Unrequited pure love.
そういう本。
That's what it's about.
面白い？
Is it interesting?
ああ、もちろん。 僕はとても好きだよ。
Yes, of course, I really like it. No, good for him. Good for him. Mami-akun laughed kindly.
何か本でも読む？
Do you want to read something?
暇じゃない？サボってる時間って結構さ。
It's still
何冊
educational,
か
but
本あるよ。
I mean, it's reading for
Nani ka
pleasure
yondemidara.
rather than education, but it is still educational. And if anything, you are practicing your kanji recognition skills, I suppose. God, reading in Japanese must be so fucking hard. I mean, God, from everything I've learnt, it's ridiculous. But I just can't imagine seeing so many kanji, especially ones that have ridiculous amounts of meaning, of readings, and just being able to instinctively think about what the kanji is. But to be fair, with a lot of kanji, I suppose you see how they're read in alternate words, and the more you see how they're read, the more you just look at it and you don't even think. Like, for example, Ue's kanji has a really weird reading for jozu, which means skilled. But because I see the word jozu a lot, I can just remember the fact that that kanji is read like that because I know the word and how it's written. So I suppose I think that probably happens the more you learn the language. So that's probably how these people can actually read a language that is this fucking ridiculous. And don't even get me started on how people read Chinese. Like, how are these people even human? I swear to God, like, genuinely, I do not. I mean, I think reading kanji is bad enough. I mean, hiragana, katakana, they're not really that bad at all. But kanji is a monster. And then, my God, Chinese alphabet. I think it's Hanzi or something like that. I think the South Korean or just no, I meant Korean alphabet in general. I think that's really complicated as well. I don't know though. I know nothing about Korean. Hangul it's called, I think. Aren't you bored? A lot of the time when I skip class I read books. Why don't you try one? Oh, sure.
ラノベがいい？
Oh my God, yeah. Would you like to read a light novel?
なんか間宮くんのおすすめあるかな？
What would you recommend?
ラノベの？
A light novel?
あ、いや、それ限定じゃなくて。
It doesn't have to be a light novel.
どんなのが好みなの？
What would you prefer?
あんまり詳しくないからわからないんだけど。
Oh yeah, funny
ア
that.
リスとか好きかな？不思議の国とか鏡の国とかの。
I don't know a whole lot about that stuff, so I'm not sure, but I like Alice in Wonderland. I read Through the Looking Glass too.
アリス。ルイス・キャロルね。ならこんなの
God,
どう
yeah,
か
he
な？
knows it. Wow. Alice, Lewis Carroll, huh? Then how about this? Mami Akun fished around in his bag and took out a paperback book.
何これ？
What's this? There was a cute drawing on the cover, but more than that.
猫と共に去りぬ。って何これ？
Stories written on a typewriter. Oh, what's this? The title made me laugh.
読んでみたらどう？
Why don't you try reading it? Oh, that's awkward. My eyes met his as I took the book from his outstretched hand. He smiled at me. What an unexpected change, seriously, thank you.
僕が読んでる文庫と同じシリーズなんだけど、文字が大きめだし、紙も厚くて裏写りしてないか
Oh,
ら
that's cool.
読みやすいよ。
It's from the same publisher as the one I'm reading, but the words are bigger and the story is easier to understand. Sure.
ラノベもいいけど、たまにはこういうのもいいんじゃないかな。
Yeah, no, I see that. Light novels are nice too, but sometimes a book like this is better, you know?
でも私はラノベはあまり読まないから。
I don't read many light novels.
そうなの？なんか最初にラノベとか言ってたから好きなんだと思った。
Really? You mentioned them earlier, so I thought you liked them.
間宮くんは ラノベ好きなんだよね。
Yeah, you're the one that likes light novels, aren't you?
僕は本だったら大体好きだよ。だってさ、
Like pretty much all books. I mean,
だって
you mean?
電源を使わずに心の中に引きこもるなら本が一番でしょ。
I see that. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't really like the commitment that I don't have time to commit myself to visual novels and books. I just don't. So what I do is I read manga in the morning, and I think it makes my mornings so nice, and timings are still stressful. Why wouldn't they be? But I can still have as stress-free of a morning as possible, which is amazing. But seriously, it improves stuff so much. My bus journey is long as fuck, but at the same time, at least I can get some rest there. I always fall asleep on the bus. Fuck the bus journey. If you just want to hide away in your heart without using any electronics, books are pretty much the best way to do it, aren't they? And visual novels as well,
電
easily.
源を使わず
Without electronics.
屋上にはさ、残念ながら本線とも
Yeah,
電
fair
話線もない。
Well, that's
だ
a
か
good
ら
thing,
イン
if
ターネッ
anything.
トもできないし、ゲー
It
ムだってでき
encourages
ない。
you to be more resourceful, look into things that you may not necessarily have looked into for fun that you can look into now. Sadly enough, there aren't any outlets or anything on the roof, so I can't use the internet or play games up here.
確かに
You're right.
携帯で遊ぶのも充電っていうのが煩わしいんだよね。僕って物臭だからさ、
Wow, I
持
can't
ち
even
歩
play
いたも
games.
のの充電を忘れて使い物にならなくなるんだ。
Can't even play games on my cell phone because it's never charged. I'm lazy, so I always forget to charge it.
物臭だからゲームでも携帯電話でもなく本を読むんだ。
Not necessarily a bad thing. You read instead of playing games because you're lazy.
そんな感じ。もう少し真面目だったらゲームとか携帯で遊ぶんだけどね。
Something like that. If I wasn't so lazy, I might be able to play games more often.
真
Yeah,
面
but
目だから
no,
まず
no,
目を
she really has
サ
a
ボっちゃダメ
point.
だよ。
She really does have a point. In that case, you might not be skipping class at all.
なるほど。それは見識。
See, that's a good point. He's really mysterious. He is, yeah, I agree. Oh god, I opened the book, but Mami-Akun was distracting me, so I couldn't focus on it. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, he interested me far more than the aging pensioners and bold managers in the book.
間宮くんは読書とか好きなの？
Do you like
です
reading,
か？
Mami-Akun?
さっき言わなかったっけ？
Huh? Didn't I say that earlier? No, I agree, yeah.
そうだよね。
God, she's totally embarrassed.
まあ基本引きこもり体質だからさ。
Yeah,
読書と
same.
かは好きなんだよ。
I still tend to keep to myself, which is probably why I like books so much.
引きこもりなんだ。
He mostly keeps you up. Totally, yeah,
わりかしね。
pretty much. Oh shit, the bell. That's the bell.
授業が終わったよ。
God, look at how different he looks there. Wow. Very odd little sprite. Class is over. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
兄さん、
The fuck? Nisan.
兄さん？
Nisan? Dude, this is Kagami. And in It's My Own Invention, we saw a CG of this. What the fuck is Sasaki doing here? What? Nisan?
どうしたの？珍しい。二人して屋上なんか来て。
What is it? You two don't come up here very often. How the hell is Sasaki even allowed here? And why is it the case that Takuji... This is really weird. Well, this little bunny, I'd assume. I only saw one person. I looked at the girl standing in front of Mamiya-kun. Does she go to a different school? It's not our uniform. She looks a bit younger than us too. This is so unusual. This seriously is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she must be his little sister. Putting that aside, I really don't understand why he said you two.
お友達
A friend?
ああ、たまたま一緒になったんだけどね。隣のクラスの。
Oh, we just happen to both be up here. She's the girl from the next class.
高島ザクロあなたは
Takashima Zakuro. And you are...
はさき間宮はさきです
Hasaki. Mamiya Hasaki.
間宮くんの妹さん
Mamiya-kun's little sister.
はい
Yes.
そうなんだ
I see. She's really cute. Don't want to bother them. She came all the way here to visit him after all.
それじゃ私これで
Well, then I should be going.
あ、うん。
Oh, sure.
さようならはさきさん
Goodbye, Hasaki-san. I think that bunny looks so cute that she has. It really does. If you ask me, it looks like something that bunny rabbit looks like something that she really cares about and that she's probably holds dear. I mean, just look at how much customization it has. It has the dress, it has, and look at how dearly she's holding it as well. Not a good idea to be holding a plushie like this. I'm not even going to ask how she came to this school and how she bypassed security, but Takuji knows it. He knows this school building. He knows it. But I think there's just a lot of signs, like for example this bandage, this thing that looks like it's from another, or is it Shiki? I can't remember, just some sort of horror anime that has something like this. I think it is another, but I don't know about Shiki.
はい
Why?
そういえば本
Oh, what about this book?
まだ読み終わってないんでしょ？
You haven't finished it, right?
読むの遅いから
Yeah, I get how you feel. I'm a
よ
slow
かったら
reader.
読んでみなよ。
Then keep it until you finish.
ファンタジーの文法という本を書いた人の児童文学だから、単なる子供向けとは思えない楽しさがあると思う。多分気に入ってもらえると思うよ。
It's a children's story by a man who wrote a book called The Grammar of Fantasy. It definitely has a lot more to it than most children's books. I think you'll like it. Okay. I turned and ran off. What is this feeling? It's like I'm embarrassed, but also very happy. Couldn't stand still, so I ended up dashing off.
ザクロだあれまたサボったんだ
Oh boy, oh shit. I hope she doesn't penalise her for it. Oh my god, that was so weird with Hasaki and Takuji. Why is it that Hasaki, just her existence means the story becomes weird? I mean, what was that, man? I don't get that. I really don't. I don't understand it at all. Why is it the case that not only Hasaki exists, but also the fact that Takuji has... If I'm going to be honest, I think Takuji's change of heart is realistic. I think this is the good ending. This is the part where there's no lust, there's no lack of reason, and Takuji is an actual normal person. And it was always my belief that these people could have had a really good friendship if there was no lust, if there was nothing distorting it, which there totally was. Let's be honest, Takuji and Kimika's bond, it had potential to become good, but at the same time it was always so distorted because of the fact that, obviously... Well, no, I mean, it was a bond that was formulated by something that was very unjust and messed up. The most evil things I've ever read, to be honest, but it was still a bond, which is the weirdest thing. That was so interesting seeing how, not only learning more about Zakuro, the character that we just know suicides. Well, that's basically the most significant thing we knew about Zakuro before this. But man, it was interesting. It really, really was. And I do wonder what this... I just don't understand Hasaki. I really, really don't, because they've somehow arranged to meet at a time that both of them know. Maybe it could have been the case that Takuji went home and he wanted to see Hasaki, and then they agreed on a time to arrange a chat. But the only thing is, I don't really understand what would they be talking about, and why did they have to arrange, even though they're brother and sister, why did they have to arrange to be on that school roof? Why couldn't they have just talked about it at home? And why is it the case that in It's My Own Invention he objectively has a fucking sister? And I mean, what is Tomosane's relationship with Hasaki? Yeah, speaking of Tomosane, what is going to change about him this story? That's something I'm really interested about. And I want to learn more about his character, because he seems like the most two-sided person yet. Well, Takuji's really two-sided, let's be honest. It's so Zakuro. It was really, really interesting seeing her feelings develop. And I do wonder what's going to happen in the future. I really, really do. I feel like this is a relationship that if it goes right, boom, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. If it goes wrong, there's no saving it. I feel like it's a relationship, in my opinion, that's really vulnerable to each extreme. But then again, I mean, I'm fucking excited to see how it will progress. So, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today. Thanks for watching. I did. I thought that was really interesting. See you guys.